what your trust issues really mean. The reason why I decided to come up with this video is because I have come to realize that many people don't realize or they don't recognize what is at stake when they are having trust issues in their relationships, when they are not able to trust another person. And by the way, this also includes outside romantic relationships. So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you, not so that I can instill fear in you, but so that I can help you make that decision to work on your trust issues. So let us do this. First things first. If you find yourself struggling with the trust issues, if you find yourself struggling with trusting a man, trusting a woman, trusting other people in whatever kind of interaction that you are having, it means that you are psychologically wounded. That there is something that happened in your past. It could have been in your childhood. You were abused, you were neglected, you were abandoned, you were betrayed, or whatever happened. Or in your relationships, you were failed in one way or another. Perhaps a person cheated. Perhaps a person dumped you in a way that you did not expect, and so on. And in the same way, it could also be that there are other people that you trusted in the past, even outside romantic relationships, and they ended up failing you. And that is why you find it so hard to put your trust in a fellow human being. And I am telling you this. You need to work on your trust issues. You need to work on your moods for this matter, for this purpose. And if you're determined to know where your trust issues came from or what kind of wounds that you bear, I would want to start you off through an ebook that I wrote, and it goes for only Kenyan shillings 500. It will guide you on where your wounds could have come from and what you can do. So, but either way, whichever means you're going to use, whether you're going to use self-help materials or you're going to go for therapy, you need to work on yourself, because it means you're wounded somewhere. Something needs to be nursed, something needs to be addressed, something needs to heal in you. Number 2, if you find yourself struggling with trust issues, it means you will never really find the right person for you. This is quite sad to say, but here we say that we are talking the truth so that you can address it. You know, the thing is, as long as you have trust issues, you will always find fault in the kind of people that you have or you're having a relationship with. And this actually reminds me of of an acquaintance that I had some time back. And she runs an organization, and I noted something when I was interacting with her, that she struggles with trust, And I remember at some point I met her in town, and she was running up and down one street within Nairobi city, purchasing certain items for her organization. And I wondered, why on earth would, it's quite a large organization, to be honest, and she's also a person who has so much else that she can be doing that are more productive. I wondered, why on earth can't she send a person to come and purchase these things? I mean, as opposed to, having to come all the way to town, but then she lives a bit far from the town, and then moving up and down to purchase those items, and so on. And I noted that she has trust issues. She cannot trust anyone. And I understand that employees will fail you in one way or another, but if you find that whoever you employ, it is only a matter of time and you have issues with them as well, trust issues, you cannot trust them, you feel like they're stealing from you and so on, every single one of them, there could be a problem with you. It may not actually be that you have found them stealing or anything, but you have a problem. You always imagine that they will steal from you. You always imagine that they will fail you in one way or another. And I would not be surprised to know that this person that I'm talking about, something scandalous could have happened to her because of employees, and as a result, she became wounded and she cannot be able to trust any single person, even when there is like when you send a person to purchase items, they'll get receipts. You can even tell them. To give you the payment details so that you pay directly to wherever they are purchasing from. So, despite having an allowance that could enable her to have another person do that work for her, she couldn't. And when I was interacting with her, when I was talking with her, I noted that she actually has trust issues. So trust issues can come from relationships, from wounds, from past things, traumatic things that could have happened to you. But wherever they came from, just know that you need to work on it. Because if you don't, it will become very, very hard to trust anyone. You'll never find the right employee for yourself. Like that person I'm telling you about, she's always hiring and firing. You will never find the right lover for you, because every single one of them, all they need to do is basically do nothing, and you suspect them and you get rid of them, or you get out of the relationship. You will never find, the right company, the right friends, because you are always suspecting. You are always in suspicion. So it means you'll never find a person who actually matches what you're looking for. Because what you're looking for is actually, it is not fair. Because what you're supposed to be looking for, it is your healing, not another person. Because no one can satisfy your needs, no one can satisfy your demands. That you will never really enjoy your relationships. And when I talk of this, I have my own case, to talk about, not another person's, my own experience. When I was struggling with trust issues, and this is something that I did with, I struggled with for years. I had major problems in my relationship with my husband. I could not really enjoy my marriage. Yet, when I look back right now, I realize that I was blessed, and I am still blessed with a good man. But I could not feel it, I could not see it, I could not hear it. And it is because I was having trust issues. Honestly, sincerely, I would raise an alarm over nothing. Totally nothing. Because I remember the time, even him just being called, hearing a female voice on his phone, it was a problem for me. I may not have said it every single time, but it would ruin my mood, and then the rest of the day or the rest of my interaction with him is ruined. And I do not even care to know who that person is. In a female voice, I get alarmed. And for me, it was because I had grown up seeing my father mistreating my mother, and to put in my mind, and this is why I was talking about being wounded from your childhood, it had put in my mind that men cannot be trusted, that men can fail you. Because for my father, honestly, I never saw issues of cheating or anything, but just the way he would treat my mother, and I would constantly hear my mother saying that he never used to be like that, he changed, I would then conclude that even mine can change anytime. So even without seeing any major reason to worry, any major reason not to trust, I will not trust. And as a result, you spend so much of your relationship time thinking and overthinking, raising issues that do not exist, disagreements, resolving problems that are not there in the first place. And as a result, this takes away your ability to enjoy your relationship, your energy. And this is why I am so determined to help people heal. Because I know as long as you don't heal from whatever you are ailing from, you will never get to enjoy life. You will never be able to live up to your potential. And in this case, for what you're talking about in this video, you'll never enjoy your relationships as long as you have trust issues with you. And on a light note, I usually say that something else that will not even allow me to be the way I was, apart from that I have now healed, is that I have so much that I need to do. I have a life to live. That is how I would put it. I have a purpose to pursue. I honestly would not get time, to keep pursuing my husband left, right, and center. Honestly, I don't have time and energy for that. But at the same time, this then means if you are busy pursuing your partner for allegations of cheating that are not there, it means you are taken away from so much else that you can do with your life. I hope this makes sense, because it means you won't be able to do the things that you love. You won't be able to do the things that you are called to do, because you are always busy chasing him, chasing him or chasing her if you're a man, to see where it is that they're failing you, even when they have not done it and they are not going to do it. So it just takes so much joy from you. First, because you cannot enjoy that relationship, and secondly, because you are taken away from life, you cannot enjoy your life the way you would want to enjoy it. So I hope that is a good reason for you to be able to work on your trust issues so that you can finally be set free. Your trust issues also mean that you'll find it really hard to find true peace. You know, I usually look back to my life when I was wounded and I had all these trust issues and so on and so forth. Honestly, I was a miserable soul. Mm-hmm. You know, I usually tell people, you see those people who are insecure, those who are always monitoring their partner, always following them, always listening to who they are talking to, always doing, they are never at peace. I assure you of that. They may behave like they are, but they are not. Because you are either recovering from some suspicion you had and that you found that they are not true, or you are going through a suspicion right now, or you are headed to a suspicion. Can you see the cycle? So then that means that you never get to be at peace. You are never at peace with yourself. And also don't forget that when you raise these allegations, of course your partner will not just sit and say, okay, I understand that you don't really trust me and I'm so... If they have not been cheating, trust me, it is going to offend them. Really offend them. They will not like it because it sounds like an insult. Like for me, where I am right now, I am not cheating. I'm not planning to cheat. I don't cheat. If someone comes and makes an allegation of cheating on me, honestly, I won't take it lightly. It sounds like an insult. So the truth is, you are also going to have a lot of fights in your relationship. So whether you raise the issue, whether you don't raise the issue or you do it, like for me, most of the time I will not say it, but I'm feeling, you know, I'm aggrieved, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling I'm not at peace. Whether you raise it or whether you remain silent, the truth is you will not have peace. You know, we usually say that true peace comes from within, a result of being calm and collected. And that is why some people, even who are being cheated on, some people, I've met people who have been cheated on, but they're still peaceful. You know, and I know the Bible says that God will give you peace that surpasses human understanding. For some people, that is the case. But truth is, people who are grounded and stable, they manage to remain peaceful despite what is happening around them. So you can imagine the very reason why you can't trust it is because you don't have peace within yourself. And now because of your trust issues, you are not going to have peace in your relationship as well. So in the end, you find that a person is constantly fighting their demons. That is what we say. Either, you know, you are fighting your demons because you're troubled within and you don't know how to go about it asking your partner, or you have actually raised allegations, there is a fight in the relationship, and now you are all over each other. Whatever happens, the reality remains, you never find true peace. So those are some of the things that your trust issues mean, and I hope that I have motivated you to work on it. What you need to do is to find out what really happened, what are the things that happened, challenge your thoughts as a result of what happened. Are you like me and used to conclude, like I used to conclude that all men will fail you in you know, at some point or another? Is it how you are? Are those thoughts accurate? Is that how all men are? Is that how the one you have is like? If it is a woman, the same. Challenge the thoughts and then embark on trusting, you know, embark on trusting anyway. You know, I don't know what my husband is doing, but I'll trust him anyway. I don't know what my wife is doing, but I'll trust him anyway. You know, it doesn't mean that you remain blind when things that are questionable happen, but you refuse to raise a false alarm. You refuse to get triggered on nothing. You know, and so much else that you can do. And again, like I usually say, I have a book that can start you off on the healing journey, and you can also attend therapy sessions with me. My number is passing down here. WhatsApp me. Call me if you wish to book an appointment. But I would really appreciate, you know, if you can be able to at least get out of that pit, because I know it is a pit of misery. I've gone through it and I would not want you to go through it yourself. So I hope I've taught you something, and let us keep learning.